Hello, writers. I'm Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, coming at you with a bit of a competition landscape update. I recorded this video about a year ago that talked all about the lay of the land in the competition world, and boy, has it changed. So I wanted to just give you a quick update on where we are now as far as the competition landscape that we are dealing with. This is being recorded in June of 2025, so we are mid-year for the year for competitions. And a lot has changed this year, right? At the beginning of the year, we saw big competitions like Screencraft competitions go away, including the tracking board, Launchpad competitions go away. And then in Q2, we saw the nickel shift from its previous model where it was wide open to the public to receiving only limited submissions through the blacklist, as well as their program partners, film schools, and some festivals. But the nickel went from being the biggest screenwriting competitions out there that was receiving up to 5,500 submissions from the public in 2024 to in 2025, taking as many as 25 submissions from the blacklist, as well as somewhere between 2 and 5 submissions from the various screenwriting festivals and universities that it agreed to take submissions from. And I know that has certainly rattled a lot of writers, this feeling that there's less and less avenue for exposure. So I wanted to revisit where we are, because certainly there's still competitions out there, and I still find that to be quite a valid avenue. I have been releasing these monthly videos that are the Submit Your Script videos to just give you some ideas of where you can submit your work. So do keep looking out for those. More will be coming your way. But we are now in June of 2025, which is usually when most of the big competitions are going to be closed. This year we have Final Draft Big Break that is still going to be accepting submissions through the end of the month. But the big competitions now remain to be the script pipeline competitions that have competitions both on the feature and pilot front, as well as its fast track competitions. We have Austin Film Festival that received competitions through May and should be announcing closer to the fall and the event. We have competitions like the Page competition, ISA, those competitions that are still out there. And I'm not doing this as a tally, so if I'm forgetting anything, please spare me. I'm simply doing this as an overview video. We will continue to have more competitions and fellowships coming out through the year, and I will continue to put those out there. Tracking B is another one that I think just opened and is at a lower price point for entry right now. It usually gets pretty high, but the point is that we're going to continue to look to utilize the bigger competitions, labs, and fellowships to try and gain access for the writer, right? The goal of submitting to a screenwriting competition is not so much about winning the cash prize, which is lovely, not taking away from that, or getting software or any other goodies, but rather access, getting that winning script over to hopefully managers, people that read the final round of judging for the script, or if the competition has a big enough name to be able to then power your own push to get your material out there. One of my writers just won a Stage 32 competition. And in addition to the competition organizers doing what they're doing to try and get the material out there, the writer himself is using that as a jumping off point to reach out to potential representatives saying, hey, I just won this competition. So I do think that remains valid. Even though a lot of the bigger competitions have gone away, such as the Screencraft competition, Tracking Board, etc., we are still looking for competitions for writers to succeed in the big competitions and in being successful, win the competition, or land in the finalist round. So semi and quarters doesn't track so much. Semis only really tracks for script pipeline because that semicircle is about, I think, 40 to 50. Same with Austin, but beyond that, we're looking for finalists, true finalists, and winners. And yes, we are hoping the competitions will do a lot for you, but we also hope that it will empower you to go and do for yourself. I continue to see screenwriting competitions, labs, and fellowships as a very valid avenue for discovery, because we're really looking for your material to stand out, for you to be able to say, hey, 5,000 scripts came in, I came out in the top 10. That is something that in the industry pays attention to, and the industry knows who those big competitions are. Unfortunately, the elimination of some of the big competitions that have gone away, the Screencraft tracking boards of the world, and the nickel, doesn't mean that because of that, the smaller competitions are suddenly rising to the top, because the industry pays attention to competitions, labs, and fellowships who have been able to produce winners who then went on to become working writers or have industry success. That is what mandates interest from the industry in a particular competition, lab, or fellowship. But keep looking out for those opportunities, because they're incredibly important when it comes to really showing that your work is able to rise above the rest, and is at that level of execution that would allow it to rise to the top in any one of those opportunities. All right, I hope you found it helpful. I will continue rolling out my Submit Your Script videos that will continue to list for you opportunities that are available for submission. There are lots of providers out there that I do like a lot. Jumpstart, which is Roadmap, is a Roadmap Writers competition. It's a great competition. There are a lot of those out there, and I'm not repeating all of them today because that's what Submit Your Script is for. And you can always reach out to me for my resource guide, in which I have all of the competitions, labs, and fellowships that I tend to look at listed. All right, subscribe for more. Sorry for the longer video. More will be coming soon. Bye.